Ooh. Boop, boop, oh. Off with her head.
Damn! Oh, damn!
Hello, YouTube. Yeah, today we are watching Death Battle. It's another crazy episode, this time with Bakugo versus Reeze from Chainsaw Man. So basically, My Hero Academia versus Chainsaw Man characters. A crazy team up that I've never really thought we would be seeing so soon again. I guess they really start the whole year with a bang. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. I will read them. So hope you enjoy this one. And without further ado, let's go.
Well, look who's here.
Welcome to Goshi! Oh. Oh, damn.
Bakugo versus
Bakugo!
Reze, the god of explosions versus the bomb devil. He's Wiz and I'm
He's Wiz and he's
And it's our job
Boomstick.
to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death
Death
battle.
battle! It is time again.
Wiz, there's nothing like the smell of napalm in the morning, the rush of the
the smell
shockwave,
of
the flash of
explosion.
combustion. I
Hi,
love it when
Venom.
stuff goes
Money on
boom.
Reeze.
And no one knows that feeling better.
Honestly, I can definitely see why. I mean, Reeze basically just ripped off her own head and survived that. I can definitely see why you put your money on Reeze.
Than Katsuki Bakugo.
When your name literally means powerful
Real name,
bomb,
Katsuki
it's no
Bakugo.
wonder he was born.
It's fun how we still have a real name, even though we already said his real name. We have his height, age, birth. Oh, here. His quirk is explosion. If I remember it right in the manga, he's basically using his sweat, since it has the power to act as nitroglycerine or something like that and explode. Or something like that. I'm not really sure anymore. It's been a while.
With the quirk,
Bombshell
explosion.
hero. Great
It lets
explosion.
Bakugo create humongous
Murder God Dynamite. I really love how one of his aliases is just Murder God Dynamite right now. Not that reason Bakugo is a ticking time. True. But that can also be a problem when dealing with someone. That could
kabooms
also
from his
be a
palms.
problem.
I can only dream of having
Knights
hands
winning,
that
blowing
red.
stuff
Quirks
up.
are genetic
Kirishima.
superpowers that
Ooh.
most humans are born with. Bakugo
Wait, why does he like Kirishima?
inherited his quirk from his parents.
Ah.
Specifically, it was a combination of his father's
That's quirk is acidic sweat. The acid-like sweat he secretes from his palms can be ignited and detonate. Oh, so it was
combustible
basically
acid
fusion.
sweat and his mother's glycerin skin
Glycerin.
secretions.
Making Bakugo
So I was right about the nitroglycerine.
sweat basically like nitroglycerin. And the
Nitroglycerin.
more he sweats, the
it's
bigger the
nitroglycerin.
booms. His parents
So that's how you
basically
say
made
it.
the perfect kid. Absolutely oozing with shonen main character energy.
I mean, you would be right that he's oozing, honestly, since he's basically just sweating every time that he's existing in this world, explosive material into the world.
Bakugo felt similarly. So much so that he started bullying his childhood friend who
come
happened to be
on.
born without a quirk.
Yeah,
What a
okay, he's kind of a
bitch.
snot-nosed turd sometimes, but come on,
Yeah,
Wiz! The
ticking time bomb.
kabooms!
That's true.
They're so cool!
Quirks are a natural biological feature of a person's body.
yeah.
In the same way that
Okay.
we don't really think about walking or breathing, Bakugo's explosions became like any other limb, especially
Damn,
with
he's
his rigorous training.
exploding!
Bakugo quickly picked up on how to use his explosions to obliterate anything in sight, block attacks, launch
Ooh, that's
himself
cool.
around, and quickly
Oh,
maneuver
he's
in midair
definitely
at
a very
hypersonic
interesting
speeds, which
portfolio.
requires a ton of focus and on-the-fly calculations.
And despite getting this incredibly dangerous quirk when he was 4,
Wow.
he somehow never killed himself or anyone else that we know of.
Okay, this is the thing where I have basically just drawing the line. How has he not killed anybody yet? I mean, with an explosive quirk, how did he not just... I mean, we saw what basically happened to Decorat with the beginning of his series when he got All Might's quirk. And they even said it's basically like a child that just unlocked his quirk and everything. How did this motherfucker never hurt himself? I am really questioning, how did that work? Or is it because it's so dangerous that he was more careful with his quirk?
Bakugo was truly a prodigy, destined for greatness.
And his
Shaking.
only goal was to surpass Japan's
my.
numero uno superhero and his personal
probably
idol,
went easy.
All Might.
Maybe.
In Bakugo's mind,
Maybe.
the only person who wins no matter what.
All
Absolute
Might.
victory. No problem for the main character.
Except Katsuki wasn't the protagonist
Oh, he
that he
wasn't
thought he
the
was.
protagonist.
That would be Izuku Midoriya, the quirkless child Bakugo bully. In truth, he was threatened by Izuku's tenacity.
How does it feel to be basically just outdone by the one person that you basically just looked down, bullied, and treated like trash, Bakugo? Hope you learned your lesson, bitch!
Despite being quirkless.
Really? That crybaby's the main character? Well, Bakugo's inferiority complex would only get worse when Deku somehow landed a quirk that was just as cool, and both were accepted to the same superhero high school, UA High.
One
There,
for
he would learn to be a superhero and fully develop his ultimate
Quark
moves.
explosion.
Flying through the
Natural
sky
blitz
faster
three,
than
like
sound
sweat,
with
quirk,
turbo
vector, and
speed,
pumps,
blinding
can be
people with
detonated
stun
remotely,
grenades, focusing his
support the
blasts into
grenadier
armor-piercing
bracers,
shots, or
grenades,
making a
suppressive
big-ass
weapon
tornado of death.
The howitzer impact involves Bakugo spinning himself in midair with his explosions, building up a tremendous amount of swirling oxygen, and then igniting it all for one hell of a boom.
He's pretty smart when it comes to strategizing mid-fight. He even developed new techniques for his quirk faster than
that was a Howitzer blast. Howitzer.
Deku did.
UA High also aided Bakugo's development by preparing him with his iconic Grenadier bracers, gauntlets that allow him to store up his sweat, gross, for prolonged battle.
Isn't that kind of stinky when you just could store all of your freaking sweat in those arm bracelets? I mean, does that mean? And I will ask this question a lot. Is Bakugo stinky?
Or to release all of it at once in a single massive blast.
He's also got his hero suit, which helps him sweat faster in order to build up stronger attacks. Or the Strafe Panzer, these badass turrets mounted to his back that store his sweat as ammo. With all of that, it wasn't long before Bakugo made his hero debut, called the Bombshell Hero, Great Explosion Murder God, Dynamite. Hey, I dig it. The more colons, the merrier.
But despite some early wins, Bakugo failed to live up to his own sky-high expectations. He had
I remember that scene where they just had to basically tie him up. This is not how we wanted to win.
the makings of a great hero, if only he could get out of his own way and put the team before his ego.
Especially when he was kidnapped by the League of Villains, ultimately leading Bakugo to blame himself for All Might's retirement. Something needed to change.
So he vented his frustrations in a slugfest with Deku and realized something crucial. That the kind of absolute victory that defined All Might wasn't victory for himself, but victory for everyone.
He was starting to become the prodigy everyone knew he could be. I mean, hell, even while he was unconscious, he kept analyzing the fight he was in and coming.
So, you wanna think again of who to put your money on? I mean, sure, he's a loose cannon, but he learned over the time of the manga and the anime how to basically strategize to keep his rage intact. Nope.
Up with counter
clear
somehow.
Bakugo's powerful enough to shatter Todoroki's heaven-piercing ice wall, fast enough to keep up with villains like Shigaraki, who can catch light beams, and tough enough to survive, well,
being dead. Yep.
Alright, I totally forgot that he died once.
You heard us. Bakugo was killed, dead as a doornail, and then a single bead of sweat floating through his blood.
I'm still putting my money on Reeze. I mean, sure, she's the bomb devil. She's the very definition of a word, the bomb. And Katsuki Bakugo is basically... Aren't they basically both just, in a sense, the literal embodiment of a bomb? Oh, that's why they pout them.
Stream detonated and restarted his heart. If that isn't main character plot armor, I don't know what is.
His stamina is perhaps the craziest thing about him. After all, he is tanking the recoil of all of his explosions.
Even with the overuse of his blasts literally tearing his body apart, he kept trying to make him stronger, and eventually his quirk awakened.
Essentially, when a quirk evolves to become stronger. Now, by condensing his explosions into smaller and more powerful clusters, Bakugo could enhance all of his techniques.
Like the howitzer impact cluster cluster, a
Howitzer
stunning
impact
achievement in the field of
cluster. Wait,
explosionology,
what sound?
or kaboom theory for the layman.
Powerful enough to
heard
shatter
the
the side of a
sound.
mountain or blow apart YuuKaiju
I thought I heard a window sound. I was really scared there.
itself. Judging by the school's size, we can
Holy
estimate
shit,
Bakugo's
that's a lot of
howitzer
power.
impact cluster yielded over 300 kilotons of TNT.
Given Bakugo's whole deal is explosions,
Oh.
it makes sense to science out what a ton of
Holy
TNT
shit.
actually is. It's literally the energy contained in 1,000 kilograms of
Wow.
trinitrotoluene.
A chemical compound composed of hydrogen,
Oh.
nitrogen, oxygen, and
Okay, nitrogen, oxygen. TNT is occasionally used as a reagent in chemical synthesis, but it is best known as an explosive material with convenient handling properties. The explosive yield of TNT is considered to be the standard comparative convention of bombs.
Carbon.
Okay.
That's the
mean,
recipe
that
for
makes sense.
kabooms. Now,
Kaboom!
imagine a pile of TNT
Kaboom boom!
as big as the Empire State Building,
that's a lot.
blowing up all at once.
That's a lot of
Bakugo's howitzer
kaboom.
impact cluster.
And these explosions can launch him so fast, it's like time stands still around him.
Like when he
Wait,
covered a huge
Zavago?
part of this city in a fraction of a
Zavago?
second. Almost 400 times the speed of sound.
And that's not all. Now he can detonate his sweat remotely and from all over his body, not just his palms.
With
Oh,
all
that's
of this
interesting.
crazy bullshit, Bakugo became one of the strongest heroes on Earth.
Holy
Enough to
shit.
battle and defeat All Might's lifelong arch nemesis, All for One.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right, the main villain. Who's the protagonist now, Deku?
Bakugo literally and figuratively surpassed his childhood idol and
Oh my
proved his
God.
mettle as a hero.
Number 5 on the rankings and rising. Not bad, Kachan.
Kaboom
But more important than
boom!
proving it to his friends, to All Might, or even to Deku, he proved it to himself.
Yeah, whatever.
Aw,
Take
this is
that,
nice.
losers! Sickest quirk in the world over here! Dynamite! Dynamite! Dynamite!
Turn up the heat. Turn
Riz,
up the
what
heat.
happened to you? You look funny and squishy.
Oh my God, you
I'm
became
over
a
here,
Vtuber
Boomstick. That's the
plushie.
new Death Metal plushie from YouTube's, and it's available to
You became
order
a
right.
Vtuber
Oh, like the one they made of me a year ago. You got jealous, didn't you?
What? No,
Oh, I'm
mine's
really
way
jealous.
cuter. Look at it, and
Oh
you
my
can get
God,
one by
it's so
clicking the link.
Ah, they forgot to
Holy
color
shit.
one of your arms.
Look at
Boomstick,
this.
I have a metal arm.
Oh, yeah,
I always
wait.
have.
Yeah, it's a metal
and if
arm.
you order it, there's a chance you might get a special version with a gold arm.
That's
Gold.
actually kind of awesome.
Did somebody say gold? Give me the gold. I want the gold. Give me the gold.
You definitely want one.
Oh, fine. Yeah, I do, okay? Shut up about it.
Click the link below to order one for yourself. It's only available for a limited time, and after that, it will never be available again. So don't miss out.
You just started by FOMO.
Death, war,
death,
famine,
war, famine.
conquest. Humanity has been plagued by all manner of ills since they first crawled out of the primordial ooze.
Oh,
In
shit,
the
here we
world
go.
of Chainsaw Man,
Here we
there is
go.
nothing to fear but fear itself.
Because fear itself is real, and they're called devils.
Literally,
Devil.
devils from hell. These monstrous beings
Here comes to everybody's favorite waifu.
are the living embodiments of humanity's worst nightmares,
Indeed.
and their power is directly proportional to that fear.
So,
Their power level is basically the more humanity feels a concept, the more powerful the devil is. I mean, we had devils like the future devil, like the fox devil, the gun devil, and even the chainsaw devil. All their power level is basically proportional to the fear of humanity of these things. And when gun law was basically just skyrocketing, people were very afraid of guns. And so one devil became more powerful than everyone else.
the chicken devil might be so weak you could keep him as a class pet, like, you know, a chicken. But what about the bat devil or the ghost devil?
The ghost.
Or the devil embodying man's fears of one of the greatest weapons it's ever created, the bomb devil.
Little is known about the origins of the Bomb Devil's
The
current
Bomb
host,
Devil.
Reze, if
Reze.
that even is her real name.
She might look cute and kawaii, but she's actually a Soviet
kawaii.
assassin trained from birth to be one of the deadliest killers on the planet.
Oh,
Basically
yes.
a Black Widow. A cold and lonely existence for anyone, but quadruply so in a world as
Super
effed
soldier.
up as this.
But all Reze wanted was a safe, normal, quiet life. As much a fable to her as Aesop's country mouse.
Too bad!
Ah.
You are now a walking, talking explosion.
What is it about these women that are basically mentally unstable and that they draw with so much blood around their lips that we feel like, oh my god, she's hot? Why do we think that? Why is it so freaking hot? Like, why is it not like I'm scared of her? I'm actually attracted to her.
Have fun.
Boom.
At some point, the girl known as Reze was implanted with a fragment of the bomb devil and became a hybrid, a human possessing a devil's powers without sacrificing their humanity, transforming their body into a living weapon.
As a hybrid, Reze's strength and speed are way crazier than a normal human's. And with her martial arts training, she's a force to be reckoned with up close. Also, Wiz, check out the bomb for a head.
Someone like Reze would eat you alive, literally.
Yep.
Should devils like Reze take any damage whatsoever, they can heal by consuming blood.
And that lets hybrids.
Oh, that could be a really game changer. I mean, Katsuragi was able to just come back from death almost because he was able to jumpstart his heart. But I don't think he can basically regenerate as crazy as Reze. So, yeah, she definitely has the upper hand in abilities there.
Survive some pretty insane stuff, like having their limbs torn off, getting bisected clean in half, or being roasted alive.
Roasted!
Just slurp some blood and they're good as new.
Especially useful considering the bomb devil's primary ability is literally blowing herself up. Reze can emit explosions from any surface of her body, even tearing off limbs and turning them into bombs that she can detonate at will.
Just
Damn, that's hardcore. She can use these blasts to jet through the sky at hypersonic speed.
So she can basically just cut off her feet and throw them at you and be like, feet bomb.
Speeds, maneuver and redirect herself in midair, and enhance the strength and speed of her blows.
Or Reze can send sparks that can ignite the atmosphere in explosions that tear apart entire cities.
Oh yeah,
making herself stronger the more fear her wanton destruction creates.
As long as the area around her is dry enough to maintain ignition, Reze can create as many explosions as she wants, non-stop.
She can even turn her own body into different types of real-world bombs to massively enhance their power.
Like transforming her leg into a torpedo, or her apron into dynamite. Every single inch of Reze is a living weapon.
This made her feared across the devil world as one of their mightiest warriors, and the perfect choice to assassinate Japan's newly acquired devil hybrid, Chainsaw Man.
See, you might not think chainsaws are all that scary, at least not compared to bombs, but the Chainsaw Devil is special.
Any devil the Chainsaw Devil consumes becomes deleted.
Oh, they included that part of the manga? I didn't think they would be including that, maybe because it would be a little bit of a spoiler since the anime is not so far, but yes. There have been also theories that the Chainsaw Devil is basically also the birth devil since... do you guys know the freaking origins of chainsaws? Yeah, look that up. Look up the origins of freaking chainsaws. You will be absolutely going crazy over what is written down there online. So, if you know, you will never forget.
From reality, retroactively erased from humanity's collective consciousness.
And I thought chainsaws were for boring stuff like trees or Texas massacres. Silly me.
This ability makes the Chainsaw Devil the most important being alive and invaluable for any global power to control.
Except instead of meeting the fearsome Chainsaw of Legend, Reze met
Denji,
a dumb, horny teenage boy just looking for anyone.
Basically a horny boy that really wants to do it with her.
To love.
And for once, Reze actually hesitated. Rather than immediately kill her target, she got to know him and found they weren't so different. Both were used as tools of the state, as weapons of war rather than people. A kindred spirit in a hostile world, Denji wanted to drink up as much of the excitement of life as he could. The town mouse to her country mouse.
And thankfully, he was super easy for a pretty face to manipulate.
It wouldn't be the only time.
Reze's nothing.
Damn, what is it with all these kinky weird scenes? The kinks in that anime are real.
Nothing if not professional, and she gave Denji one parting gift. To teach him the way devils did battle before he died.
As the embodiment of one of the deadliest weapons known to man, Reze's power is off the charts, capable of creating an explosion more than 400 meters in diameter. That's over 4 football fields long.
To have a blast that size, you'd need to be exploding with over 2 kilotons of TNT.
I always wondered if she can turn into an atomic bomb, since that is the most powerful bomb that there is out there.
more than comparable to nuclear weapons, which is really impressive considering Reze is not the devil of nuclear bombs. That's apparently an entirely separate thing.
Despite her bombs being technically conventional, they're just that strong.
Likely comparable to other powerful devils like the gun devil, who could travel across the world and kill millions of people in 5 minutes.
That'd be over 500 times the speed of sound.
She's even stronger than the Typhoon Devil, a sentient city-spanning storm.
The literal coughing baby to her hydrogen bomb.
Unfortunately for Reze, Denji took her lessons to heart and proved he was more than a fitting host for the Chainsaw Devil.
He whooped her ass, but spared her life, just in case her seduction wasn't a total act after all.
But it wasn't meant to be. Whether Reze chose the safe life of the country mouse or the exciting life of the town mouse, there are hungry cats everywhere.
Oh, Makima, what I would give to find someone to kill you.
Reze's dreams of freedom were never realized. She simply changed hands from one cold, unfeeling entity to another. And this time, there was no escape. She was a weapon, a symbol of man's bottomless capacity for malice and self-destruction.
A living bomb.
A living bomb. She is the bomb. And she will always be the bomb.
The battle's about to start, and I hope you've got something good to hear these kabooms with, like our sponsor, Raycon.
That's right, Boomstick. I've been using Raycon for many years now, and they've got everything I need in good earbuds.
And with Mother's Day coming up, this is the kind of gift she'll actually use.
Such as Raycon's essential open earbuds. They're open ear so she can listen to music or podcasts while doing other things.
Like going for a morning walk, running errands, or driving her rocket-powered dune buggy. You know, mom stuff.
The sound stays clear and balanced without feeling closed off from your surroundings, which is such a win-win.
But if that's not enough for you, Raycon's got a bunch of other cool stuff for sale, so I'm sure you'll find something for her, or for you.
Celebrate the moms in your life. Go to buyraycon.com/deathbattleopen to get 15% off the essential open earbuds.
Thanks for sponsoring Death Battle, Raycon. We wouldn't be able to have these amazing animations without you.
Go to buyraycon.com/deathbattleopen to get 15% off the essential open earbuds.
Support these men. Support their freaking match.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Death battle! Let's go. Oh, I want to see how it goes. Oh. Ooh. Oh. We're starting off with a kablamo. I love it already. Boom, 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 boom.
I've been sent to collect your head, Dynamite.
Dynamite! Wait, she's come to collect what?
Your head, Dynamite.
Oh, your head. Okay, I thought she was gonna collect his sweat.
Better villains than you have tried, lady. You tell your bosses that after I sink you back in a coffin!
How would I tell them that if I was already dead?
Oh, okay.
Wow,
Good counter.
you're quick.
Oh, that drawing. I thought it was a good drawing, man. Let's go. Oh, it's animated. What the fuck? Oh. Off with her head.
Damn! Oh, damn!
Every time cruising and so fun. Oh! These fights, sometimes fights save life, but this time fights do not save lives. Ooh. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, moisture.
Move and lose it, people!
Save me, Dynamite!
Let go of me!
There's the oh, shit. Boom. What a cheeky little bitch. Oh, she's taking up my
Keep
power.
them out of this!
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. That's hellfire.
For what it's worth, Dynamite, your blood was delicious.
Oh, he's not done yet. He's not done.
You bit off a bit more than you could chew. My blood isn't the only thing you drank. It's my sweat you should
Wait, hold on, what? Did he just say she drank his sweat? Oh no.
worry about, dumbass!
No! Wait! Let's go!
For absolute victory!
Howitzer! Impact! Oh! Oh, damn. No way! What? Is it really over? No, that cannot be.
Scratch that. Not enough for a coffin.
What?
KO!
Chat, you just lost your bet and all of your money. Since Reeze bit the grass. You were shocked.
Oh, Denji, we're so sorry to hear about your girlfriend that passed away. She gets 5 big boobs. Boom! Boom!
Wow.
Please just shut
What
up.
the fuck?
On the surface, these two
explain that.
seemed evenly matched.
Yeah.
So let's break this fight down into
what
3
was the problem
categories.
here?
Their speed, their stamina,
Yes.
and their firepower.
First
Firepower,
up,
yes.
let's talk speed.
Both Bakugo
Okay.
and Reze could rocket through the sky at hypersonic speeds and maneuver and
That's
redirect
true.
themselves on a dime in the middle of fight.
I mean, they both used power. Both basically had, in a sense, unlimited explosions at their disposal, or rather, a lot of explosion power. So their speed is probably the same.
To the casual observer, at least, they seem to be on par with each other.
So we have to look at the people they've fought to compare.
Reze has battled
okay.
Chainsaw Man, who could match and defeat someone using the Gun Devil's power.
Yes.
The same gun devil that could literally fly around the world, killing millions of people at over
Okay.
500 times the speed
Oh,
of
damn.
sound.
Impressive,
That's fast.
but compare that to Bakugo fighting Shigaraki, who could react fast enough to catch light beams with his bare hands.
That's
Ooh.
over 1,000 times faster. And that was before Bakugo's quirk awakening that made him even faster than that.
With reaction speed of that
Holy
caliber,
shit! So he was fighting against someone who's able on light speed. My thought was she had the speed. She was smart and might transform into human, then back to her bomb stuff. I mean, true, but there have been there are always some things happening. I mean, you saw she basically thought she could recharge her power by drinking his blood, but she also took in his sweat, which was basically like a Trojan horse in a sense.
there's little chance Reze could ever get the drop on Bakugo, and would likely be forced to play catch-up in a duel. Speed
Okay.
goes to Bakugo.
However,
he's
speed
faster.
doesn't matter if one
Apparently
couldn't
he's
truly
faster.
hurt the other. A big part of this fight is their stamina.
Bakugo's
Okay.
durability is mind-boggling. He's
Yeah.
survived being impaled through the torso,
Okay,
and
he's
has
been
even brought
impaled,
himself
crushed.
back to life.
But unlike Reze, his stamina does eventually hit a limit.
True.
Every explosion he makes whittles him down just a
Exactly.
little bit more and uses
Yes.
up more and more of his sweat. Without a break, he can eventually run out.
True.
Whereas Reze
True, it's true, but Reze also needs to drink blood to basically recharge herself.
can effectively create bombs without respite, and from a
Yeah.
distance.
Unlike Bakugo, who usually likes to get up close and personal.
Exactly.
Furthermore, her devil hybrid
Yeah.
physiology gives her an actual regenerative healing
Yeah,
factor,
that's what I thought
allowing her
too.
to shrug off the same kind of mortal blows that would eventually kill Bakugo,
Yeah.
main character plot armor or not.
Yeah.
If this ever became a war of attrition, Reze had it in the bag.
Okay.
Stamina goes to Reze.
Stamina is
However,
Reze, okay.
it's unlikely it would ever get to that point. The biggest factor in this fight was always going to be their raw firepower.
Oh, here we go.
Explosions!
Explosions!
First, we gotta compare their two biggest blasts. Reze's nuclear-like bomb
Okay.
against Denji versus Bakugo's howitzer impact cluster.
And the difference is obvious. Based on calculating their sizes,
Holy
Bakugo's
shit.
300 kiloton explosion was over 100 times more powerful than Reze's 2 kiloton blast.
But that's
So he was basically more powerful than Reze.
not all. Remember the Typhoon Devil?
Yes?
Coughing baby or not, to create a storm big enough to cover Tokyo's over 2,000 square kilometers, he'd have to be generating more than 400 kilotons of TNT.
Greater than Bakugo, right? But
Yep.
that's not all. Again, Bakugo's howitzer impact once shattered the size of this big-ass mountain. And despite being earlier on in the series, it was ginormous. Almost 3 kilometers in radius.
Okay, that's
Or
a lot.
just over 2 megatons of TNT.
Ooh,
5
2
times
megatons?
more powerful than the Typhoon Devil, and
Oh
way
my
beyond
God.
anything we've seen Reze do.
And this was Bakugo before reaching his full power in his fight against All for One. Bakugo takes the final edge in explosions.
And remember,
Kaboom!
Bakugo withstands the recoil of all his blasts. So even though Reze had greater stamina,
Yes.
Bakugo was more than tough enough to hang on and get his kill shot, especially with his superior speed.
True, that's true. Reze always regenerates her body parts since she cannot survive it. So she has maybe better regeneration, but Bakugo's body had to be tougher to withstand all of his explosions. In other words, that which was basically her biggest strength became her biggest weakness.
And devil healing factors can be overtaxed with enough damage.
Yes.
Hell, she needed to drink blood a couple times against Denji just to keep
Yep.
fighting.
Against someone as fast and powerful as Bakugo, she would not get the chance to heal consistently or perhaps at all.
And what happens when devils die? They Bakugo to hell.
Bakugo.
The winner
Winner.
is Katsuki Bakugo.
Bombshell, hero,
Bakugo.
brain explosion, murder, god, dynamite. Next time
Damn.
on Death Battle.
So, what have we learned to... Oh, wait, what? Is that... Megamind? The next battle is Megamind? You've got to
Subscribe
be
and join
kidding
as a
me.
member to see more Death
What
Battle.
the
And don't
fuck?
forget to order your very own Whiz Plush from
Holy
YouTube. Click
shit.
that link below the like button.
That's crazy. That's crazy as fuck. But yeah, what have we learned? Do not judge a book by its cover. It could be more powerful than you could ever imagine. So, yeah, chat, pay up. You lost your bet. Anyways, thank you for watching that one. And yeah.